If you're new here, this is one of our Monday mini episodes, short, data-focused recaps of the most recent public Texas Longhorn consignment sale. Our regular, full-length episodes dive into ranch stories, breeding insights, and interviews, so be sure to explore those as well.
If you're wanting to learn more about pricing and trends in the Texas Longhorn market, you'll want to tune in to today's episode. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Molly, and we're the owners of Hired Hand Software and Hired Hand Live.
Each Monday, we break down the numbers from the past weekend sale, online and in-person averages, high sellers, bidding trends, and what the data tells us about the current Longhorn market.
Let's take a quick look at what happened this weekend.
In today's Monday Mini, we're recapping the 2026 Glendenning Fiesta Sale, which took place on May 1st and 2nd in Celina, Texas. We'll be breaking down the most viewed animals, top sellers both online and in person, and overall activity on hiredhandlive.com. But before we dive in, a quick note that From the Pasture now has new dedicated social accounts on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, separate from our Hired Hand Live and Hired Hand websites pages. So be sure to follow along there so you don't miss anything we're sharing. The Fiesta Sale delivered strong engagements both in the ring and online, and the data tells the story, from the sale averages to total views and activity on hiredhandlive.com. There were 96 lots that sold in the sale. The unofficial total was $1,781,000, while the unofficial average was $18,552. The internet-only average was $15,519. This was the seventh sale of 2026 in our Hired Hand Live Trends and Averages series, and the year-to-date average now sits at $10,423 with an internet-only average of $7,453. There were almost 28,000 total consignment views for the Fiesta Sale, along with 130 registered internet bidders. But the most viewed lot after the sale was lot 16, TT Jaguar Laura, consigned by New Age Cattle Company. She ended with just under 800 hits and was also the number one most viewed animal before the sale with 550 views. Now that we've covered the overall stats for the Fiesta Sale, let's spotlight the top 5 in-person sales from the weekend. These consignments drew serious attention and left Celina with excited new owners. Coming in 5th place for the highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot 4, DH Velvet, consigned by Rockin' H Longhorns. She sold for $70,000 to Trey Hutchins. She was also the second most viewed animal before the sale. The 4th highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot 21, SEL Admired, consigned by A-Town and Sandy Barham, sold for $72,000 to Stark Enterprises. The 3rd highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot 25, Dun Lucky Penny, who was consigned by Twin Canyons Cattle Company. She sold for $76,000 to the Brett Gibbons and Whitlock Partnership. The 2nd highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot 37, BL Kinsley 347, consigned by Bob and Pam Loomis, and she sold for $83,000 to the Murray Oswald Partnership. And the number one highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot 17, WL Jim's Jungle Rose, consigned by Whitlock Longhorns, and she sold for $130,000 to Trey Hutchins. And this particular animal was the 3rd most viewed animal after the sale. Now let's shift gears to the online bidding. We'd like to thank the hosts, Rex and Sharice Glendenning of the Fiesta Sale, for trusting us at Hired Hand Live to connect buyers from across the country. Here are the top 5 animals selling through internet bidding. The 5th highest selling lot to an online buyer was lot 40, RJF Awestruck 312, consigned by Bentwood Ranch. She sold for $12,000 to Ray Webb. Coming in at number 4, we have a tie. The first lot is lot 20, RM Fearless Hopes 54, consigned by Three Creeks Ranch. She sold to James Bryce. And then the other tie for 4th place was lot 35, GVR Dusty, consigned by GVR Longhorns, selling to Darlene Aldridge. And both of these, coming in at 4th place, sold for $12,500. In 3rd place, we also had a tie for the highest selling lot online. The first one was lot 26, TCR Thelma, consigned by Twin Canyons Ranch, selling for $16,000 to Ray Webb. And the other 3rd highest selling lot to an online buyer was lot 26, HL Covergirl, consigned by Cold Copper Ranch. And she sold again for $16,000 to John Cheplick. The second highest selling lot to an online buyer was Lot 5, RJF Mercy's Magic, consigned by Chad and Janelle Smith, selling for $19,000 to John Cheplick. And our number one highest selling lot was a tie this year for the Fiesta sale. The first one was Lot 7, GF Iron Lolita, consigned by SE Longhorns Ranch, which sold for $44,000. And the other tie was Lot 16, TT Jaguar Laura, consigned by New Age Cattle Company, also selling for $44,000 to Scott Kinsel. We'd like to thank the internet bidders and buyers who watched and also participated online during the Fiesta sale. With the top online sales covered, let's take a look at the impact of internet bidding. Hired Hand Live connects buyers and sellers from everywhere they are, and the numbers from the Glendenning Fiesta sale show just how strong that reach was. There was just under $190,000 value added through internet bidding, with 139 online bids. 13 of the lots from this weekend's sale sold online to 8 different online buyers. And with this sale taking place in Celina, Texas, our furthest internet bidder was from Louisiana, which is roughly 450 miles from where the sale was held. Now, looking ahead, our next stop with Hired Hand Live is the Pride of the Prairie production sale, which will be taking place in Murdo, South Dakota. We'll be releasing a sale podcast on Tuesday, May 12th, featuring the sale host and everything else that you need to know before the sale day. That wraps up our Glendenning Fiesta Sale recap. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming sales, stats, and stories on From the Pasture with Hired Hand. Until next time, whether you're hauling down the highway or bidding online, safe travels, enjoy the memories made each sale weekend, and we'll see you at the next one.